I slept on myself for way too long. I underestimated the gifts that God gave me for way too long.
Hello, N3 students. Welcome to N3 lesson science table, and today we're going to be doing trigonometry, triangles. And the first triangle we're going to be dealing with is the right angle triangle. That is the first trigonometric triangle we're going to be dealing with. So I'm going to have to solve for x and for y. How do we solve for x and for y? Let's solve for x first. Therefore, to solve for x, we have only this which is the hypotenuse. We're going to use Pythagoras. When we solve right angle triangle, we use Pythagoras. So we have the hypotenuse, and here we have the adjacent, which leads us to cos 41,5 is equals to cos is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse, right? And we are going to multiply this on this side and on this side too. On both sides, and here we will be left with x, and here we're going to be left with 4,5 cos 41,5. Right? Calculators, I get my answer to be 4,5 times cos 41,5, which my x will be 3,37. Right? Did all of you guys get it? My x is equals to be 3,37. We have x now. And now let's solve for y. To solve for y, when we have a hypotenuse, we can use sine theta. Sine this 41,5, which is equals to opposite over hypotenuse 4,5, right? And we're gonna multiply 4,5 on each side, and y will be equal to 4,5 sine 41,5. 4,5 sine 41. That's all for it. 4,5 sine 41,5. I get my answer to be 2,98 meters. 2,98 meters, and here we also have meters. That is the first triangle that we know, which is the right angle triangle. And now let's look at another example. Let's solve the more difficult using this right angle triangle. And here is the question number 6 from my textbook. A vertical pole is anchored by 2 cables on the same side, right? 2 cables are anchored on the same side, and the 2 cables are attached to the top of the pole. Both of them are attached to the same pole again. The angle of elevation from the anchored points on the ground of the top pole are 18 and 28. The distance between the anchored point is 11 meters. You see, the distance between anchored points is 11 meters. Calculate the lengths of the cables and the height of the pole. Okay, so let's try to calculate, and let's first write down what we are given. Let's write down what we are given. They said a vertical pole. A vertical pole is anchored by 2 cables. Those 2 cables are on the same side, right? Just want it to be much more visible, visible. So I got this, right? The first one they are anchored on the same pole. Let's make it to be a little bit bigger. Yes. Oh, let me just draw two triangles. Two triangles. A pole is anchored by two cables on the same side. Here are our two cables, but I just want this to be visible, guys. So is it fine if I do something like this? Oh, let me just do this. Let me just put it like this. Yes, I think now it's much better. It's visible. And they say that on the ground there's an angle of elevation from the ground to the top of the poles, which are 18 degrees and 28 degrees. So this one, since it's the smallest, I'll say it's 18, and this one is 28, right? 18 and 28. And 28, which are angle of elevation, right? So the distance between two anchored points is 11. The distance between two anchored points, between this and this, is 11 meters. Between two anchored points, first anchored point, second anchored point, it's 11 meters. Calculate the length. So we are looking for the length here. We're looking for x, and here we're looking for 11 plus x. The biggest one is 11 plus x, and this one is just x. And we're also looking for the y, the height. So let's work it out. Let's first focus on triangle 1, right? On triangle 1, we are looking for a length and we are looking for a height. So what can we use? We can use tan theta, because tan theta is opposite over adjacent. So on the first triangle, we're going to say tan 18 is equals to tan 18 opposite y, which is height. Which is the height. Let me label it as height. Height, because you're looking for height. Height over x. We are not given x. So tan theta is equals to this whole thing, right? So we cannot move any further. So we're going to leave it there. So let's go to number 2. Triangle number 2. So tan 28. Tan 28 is equals to height over adjacent, which is 11 plus x, right? So we are solving for what? For height, right? So let's use the first one, because I think it's much easier to solve for height here. So on the first one, I'll make it equation 3. We'll say substitute h, and we'll make h to be, I'm gonna multiply x tan 18, right? X tan 18, that means this is height. So since we have height, we can substitute this onto that. So let's go on number 3 and number 4 and substitute. So tan 28 is equals to height, which is x tan 18 over 11 plus x, right? X tan 18 over 11 plus x. So what can we do from here? From here we can multiply this by this. So let's just make this a number to make it easier. I'm sorry, I'm just going to move the whole equation here, right? So tan 28 is equals to x tan 18 over 11 plus x. So I'm just going to make this numbers. So what is tan 28? Tan 28, making it a number. 0, 5, 3, 2, which is equals to x. What is tan 18? Tan 18 is equals to tan 8 times is equal to 0, 3, 2, 3, 2, 5 x over 11 plus x. So I'm going to multiply this on this side times 11 plus x, right, and also multiply it on this side. I'm also multiplying this on this side, guys, times 11 plus x. So it's going to be 0, 532 times 11 plus x over 0, 2 over 325 x, because this cancel this. We are left with this. Let's multiply 0, 532 times 11, 0, 532 times 11, 0, 532 times 11 is 5,852 plus 0, 532 x, which is equal to 0, 32, which is equal to 0, 325 x. Right, so like terms, guys, we're gonna take this on this side. Let's take this on this side. So let's add these two. So 0, 532 plus 0, 32, let's add them, taking this to this side and this to that side. So 0, 532 plus 0, 325, 0, 532 plus 0, 325, I get my answer to be 0, 857, which is equal to negative 5,852 x. Remember here, guys, it's x. So to solve for x, we're gonna have to divide. That means x is equals to negative 5,852 divided by 0, 857, right? So what is x? Let's negative 5,852 852 divided by 0, 857. Get my answer to be, my x to be 6, 8, 6,829 6,829 meters. We just solved for x. Our x is 6,829 meters. So let's write down what we found. X is equals to 6, therefore x is equals to 6,829 meters here. 6,829 meters. We are looking for what? We are looking for height. We just got what? X. We just got x and we have two triangles. Remember, x is for this triangle and this is between two anchors, right? We got, and they're sharing a height, no? So let's solve using the first triangle, the smaller one. 18 height, and we have 6,829. So we're gonna have to solve for the height. Therefore, to solve for the height, what do we have? We have horizontal. We are looking for height and this, so we can use tan theta. Tan 18 degrees is equals to opposite h over g and 6,829, and our height is gonna be 6. We're gonna multiply this on both sides. 6,829 tan 18, which is equals to height. What is height, guys? So height will be 6,829 times tan 18. Get my height to be 2,21819. I get my height to be 2,219. Yes, guys, that's it. We found the length and we found the height. So now let's move to another triangle. So guys, when we are not dealing with a right angle triangle, we don't use Pythagoras, we use sine rule. What does it state? State that sine A over A is equals to sine B over B, which is equals to sine C over C. Small c, small a, small b, small c. This stands for the sides. This stands for the sides, and this stands for the angles. So how can we use this rule? We can use this rule where if we have two angles, this angle and one side, or we can use this rule when we have two sides and one angle to solve. So let's see from the triangles and try to solve using this. Okay guys, here is the triangle. What is short here? We don't have B, we don't have C, and we don't have this angle C. To solve for angle C, guys, we already know all the angles of the triangles add up to 180 degrees. So starting with the angle, we're going to say 180. We're going to say angle C is equals to 180 minus 30 degrees plus 40 degrees. So what is angle C, guys? 180 minus 30 plus 40. C is equals to 110 degrees. Know that all the angles within the triangles add up to 180 degrees. And now we are done with C. We want to solve for C and B and everything. So let's solve for the B. Therefore, we're going to say sine A is equals to sine B over, do we have A? Yes, we have A. Do we have B? We know we're looking for B. So sine A, it's sine 30 is equals to sin B is 40 degrees over B. What is B? We don't have B. We are looking for B. A is 4. We cross multiply here, guys. Cross multiply. That means here is going to be 4 sine 40 is equals to B sine 30. And then how do we solve this? We're going to divide by sine 30, divide by sine 30. Gonna divide by sine 30, divide by sine 30 on every side, right, on every side. So what is 4? Solve it. 4 sine 40 divided by sine 30. What is b? Find b to be 5,142 units. B is 5,142 units. And now we are done with B. Let's solve for C. So solving for C, let's go. We're going to say we have everything about B. So we're going to use B. Sine B over B is equals to sine C over C. What is sine B? Sine 40 degrees over B. What is B? We just found it to be 5,142. Right, is equals to sine C. What is sine C? We got it to be 110. Sine 110 over C. We are looking for C. We don't know it. Cross multiply. C sine 40 is equals to 5,142 sine 110. 5,142 sine 110. Right, and you're going to divide by sine 40 on both sides. On your calculators, what is C? What is C, guys? Divide there by sine 40. Get my answer to be 7,518 units. 7,518. It's C. Now we solve for everything. We solve for C, angle C, C and B. We solve for everything using the sine rule. This is the sine rule, guys. Let's look for the last question in relation to sine rule. Okay, guys, now we are solving for another triangle. So we don't have an angle here, we don't have an angle here, and we also don't have C. So we're gonna have to try to solve for everything. We have two sides of B. Remember, any side that is opposite to the triangle, the parts of triangle represent its number. So here it's B, it's alphabet, I mean. Here it's B, that means here it's A, because it's opposite to A. Those are the rules when you're dealing with sine rule triangles. Okay, guys, so how can we solve this? Firstly, I want us to solve C. We have A, we have A here, but we don't have an angle, but we have B here. Okay, we have A and B. So let's start with A and whatever. See, let's start with that. So I'm going to say sine A on everything. Let's start on the ones that we have information about. Over A is equals to sine B over B. I'm starting with it because I have a little information about it. B, I have everything. I have sine 40 and 30. But A, I don't have an angle. Sine A over, I don't have an angle, but I have a length, 20. Remember, cross multiply. So 20 sine 40. 20 sine 40 is equals to 30 sine A. 30 sine A, yes, it's 30 sine A. So we want to solve for sine A. That means we're gonna divide by 30. Divide by 30. And sine A will be left. So 20 sine 40 divided by 30, guys. Let's try to find it. 20 sine 40 divided by 30. My answer is 0,429. 429, right? And we're gonna move. So for angle A, gonna take sine to that side. So sine of this, what is sine of the answer we just got? I get my A to be 25,374 degrees. So we got A. Angle A is 25,37. Let me just 25,37 degrees. And let's move on to solve. We got this now. Let me remove this. Let's move on to solve for C. Let's try to calculate for C. Okay, guys, I've just realized that C doesn't have any information on about it. See, we don't have an angle and we also don't have a length. So we cannot calculate C using sine rule, which leads us to another rule. Let's go to another rule. And now we are talking about the last rule when we are calculating trigonometric triangles, right? And it is the cosine rule, right? So this is for when we are solving for angles, and this is for when we are solving the sides. So when we are dealing with cosine rule, we can be given two angles. See, two angles and one side, or we can be given all the three sides. It's either we're given three sides or we are given two angles and one side. Okay, guys, when we're solving for angle of cos A, we're gonna say side B squared plus side C squared minus A squared over 2B, just like the rest. And the rest when we're solving for angle B, and when we're solving for angle C, we're going to use the sides to solve for angles. And when we are solving for sides, here when we're solving for sides, we are going to use the sides plus an angle, guys. So know these formulas for cosine rule. Okay, guys, here we have triangle ABC. I already told you that the angle is opposite to its side. So this is side C because it's opposite to side C. This is side A because it's opposite to side A. And this is side B because it's opposite to side B. So we want to calculate angles. Guys, we want to calculate angles. So I want us to, since we already have three sides, I want us to calculate the angle A first. Angle A first. So we're going to use the cos A is equal to B. Okay, guys, since I was saying we solve for A, when we have all three sides, it's easy to solve. So it's just going to be B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2BC, right? And we substitute everything, right? B squared is 5 squared plus C squared is 3 squared minus A squared, which is 7 squared over 2 B is like 5 times C is 3. Two times 5 times 3. Okay, substitute everything, guys. 5 squared plus 3 squared minus 7 squared divided by 2 times 5 times 3. I get my answer to be negative half. Remember, we still have cos A on this side, so angle A is going to be cos negative 1 over negative half. I get my answer to be 120. That means A is equals to 120 decrease. 120 decrease. So we are done with A. Let's continue. See, it's easy when you have all three sides. Cos B. This is how these things are easy, guys. They're very easy. So we move on to cos B. So cos B is this one. So for cos B, we're going to say A squared plus C squared minus B squared over 2AC. Right? Substitute. What is A? A is 7. 7 squared plus C. C is 3 squared minus 5 squared over 2 times A, which is 7, and C, which is 3. Substitute everything, guys. So it's going to be 7 squared plus 3 squared minus 5 squared over 2 times 7 times 3. What do I get? I get 11 over 14. 11 over 14, right? Still have cos B. So B is going to be cos negative 1 over 11 over 14. What is B, guys? Solve. 38, 2, 1 degrees. So angle B is equals to 38, 21 degrees. Right? 38, 21 degrees. So we are down at angle C. And now we are done at angle C. So guys, how can we solve for angle C? Remember guys, in a triangle, angles are equal to 180 degrees. So angles in a triangle, only if it's a triangle, they add up to 180 degrees. Therefore, what are the angles we got? All the angles that we got is 120 plus 38,21, which is equal to 180 degrees, right? 80 degrees. We're solving for C, remember? So what is 120 plus 38? 120, let's go. It's 158. So it's going to be 180 minus 158,21. So let's subtract. So I get my answer at C to be 21,79 degrees. And now we are done with all of the rules. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for following my content and for learning with me. We are learning together. Let's do this, guys. We can do this together. We can improve ourselves together. And yes, guys, we can get the distinctions together. Thank you so much. Please like, please comment and tell me where to improve. And thank you very much. Please subscribe. Thank you guys. Have a great day.